Ever notice how no one mentions the ugly side of losing weight? You see, when I lost 25 pounds, it was uncomfortable, it was ugly, it was not Instagram worthy, and at times it felt completely and utterly pointless. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 harsh realities that I learned about losing weight firsthand. And if your willpower usually expires by day 3 of your diet, then you are going to want to watch this. The first harsh reality was that it took way longer than I thought it would. I don't care what the 6-week challenges, what the Instagram before and after pictures or the detox teas will lead you to believe. You cannot undo a decade worth of yo-yo dieting, a poor relationship with food, and low self-esteem in a short space of time. You can't heal your relationship with food by just logging your calories on an app. And you definitely won't be able to rebuild your self-esteem with a juice diet. I lost 25 pounds, but it happened when I was living life. I had weddings to go to, birthdays, holidays. I couldn't just relocate my life to a Tupperware box and live in a vacuum. The problem is most people wildly overestimate what they can do in a short space of time, but they underestimate what they can do in the long run. It's like trying to fix a leaky ceiling with duct tape because it's faster. It might hold for now, but 1, 2, 3 weeks later, you've got a big bloody problem on your hands. Sustainable fat loss is more like retiling the whole ceiling. Far less sexy, much slower, but it actually holds. There's this thing called the planning fallacy where most people assume that things will go much faster than they actually do. Making money, getting a career, even assembling IKEA furniture. And people do it with fat loss all the time. But when I let go of the idea that losing weight should be fast and instead focused on playing the long game, that is exactly when I stopped relapsing and quitting every 2 weeks after a slip up and actually got to my end result much more quickly. Now, the second harsh truth was that I felt uncomfortable. Quite a lot. And if someone tells you that fat loss should be easy, then they're either lying or they are selling you a false reality. The truth is, some days are just going to suck. You will have to sit with the urge to binge eat and do absolutely nothing despite every ounce of your body telling you just to eat the damn food. You'll have to feel hungry, be annoyed at the world, and not eat. You'll have to drag yourself out for a walk even when every inch of you wants to stay horizontal. And you'll have to say no to things that your old self would say hell yes to. And at first it may feel like a loss, but those decisions all get you closer to where you want to be. But ultimately, the pain of staying on track with your weight loss journey will be far less than the pain you are currently experiencing. The pain of not liking your body, the pain of feeling uncomfortable in your clothes, the pain of hiding from the camera. Anything worth having didn't come from you staying comfortable. Passing your exams at school didn't come from you flunking off. They came from you sitting at your desk and putting the work in. And you don't build muscle by avoiding the barbell. You build it by picking it up and pushing yourself even when it hurts. You're not failing because it feels hard. It's supposed to be hard at times. That is part of the process. And of course, I'm not saying that anyone should be waking up in the night being starving because they've severely undereaten. And no one should be that sore from their workouts that they literally can't move. But the point I'm making is that there will be difficult days, and that is proof that you're on the right path. Reality number 3 was that I had to start compromising. There is no plan where you get to do everything you want and still get results. If I wanted drinks on a Friday night, something had to give. And for me, that meant keeping my weekdays extremely tight, predictable meals, embracing the mundane, eating very, very similarly because it helped me stay on track. I would hit my step count, I would get my gym workouts done. And it's not because I was a robot, but it was because I knew that I wanted flexibility on the weekend. Fat loss is like a budget. You can't freely spend for 7 days of the week and expect to lose that weight. It's not punishment, it's planning, it's being intentional. And for me, being boring from Monday through to Friday, to be able to take my foot off the gas a little bit over the weekend was a worthy trade-off. The fourth reality is that motivation is a lying little bugger. I cannot explain to you how many what's the bloody point moments that I had. I overate, I missed workouts. Some days I didn't want to do it, so I didn't. But I didn't let these moments turn into drawn out meltdowns. Because that's what most people do. They fall off for one day, for one weekend, and they let that be their proof that they can't do it, that they are destined to be overweight forever. But you know what I did? I kept going. When I slipped up, I didn't say, oh, I failed. I said, that was a test. Think about when you learned how to drive. I bet that you stalled that car so many times, but you didn't think, you know what, I'm gonna leave the car in the middle of the road and walk home. You fix the stall, you try again, and you keep repeating it until you no longer make that mistake. Although I still stall my car all the bloody time. Fat loss isn't a perfectly drawn line, it is a squiggly mess. And the people who succeed, they don't avoid messing up, but they avoid letting that be their reason to stop trying. The final reality for me was that it didn't always feel fair. I had weeks where I did everything right and the outcome was absolutely nothing, no weight loss. I ate the right food, I got my steps in, I hit the gym, and the scales still didn't budge. Meanwhile, it felt like those around me could hoover up cake and cans of pop like they were bloody James Dyson's Hoover, and they could lose weight without trying. I started wondering, why is it so hard for me? Am I broken? And then I realised, well, life isn't fair. This isn't a Disney film. Life is tough and I needed to get a helmet. So yeah, I lost a lot of weight and it wasn't pretty, but it was so worth it. But it definitely wasn't fast and it definitely didn't feel easy. But this is why my clients succeed too, because they go into it knowing the full picture. They expect the bumps in the road and they are prepared for them. And when they do inevitably come up, they lean in, not out. So if you want that support from me, head to fatlossfundamentals.co.uk and let's see what I can do to help you.